A relic of war, the Alien Enemies Act and its history. The Alien Enemies Act of 1798, a law born from fear, a law rarely used. This act gives the president immense power. During wartime, he can detain and deport. The targets? Enemy aliens. Citizens of nations at war with America. The act was first used in 1798. War loomed with France. President John Adams feared French influence. He signed the act. It allowed him to deport French citizens. The act was controversial then. It remains controversial today. The Alien Enemies Act was dusted off again, used during World War I and World War II. Each time, it raised concerns. Concerns about civil liberties. Concerns about executive overreach. But each time the courts upheld its use. Wartime, they argued, demands decisive action. Now in 2025, the Alien Enemies Act is back. President Trump has invoked it. He's used it to deport hundreds. The question is, does this old law still apply? Is it constitutional in today's world? The courts will decide. Deportation drama trumps controversial flights. March 2025. The Trump administration took action. They deported 261 individuals. Their destination, El Salvador. Among them, 137 Venezuelans. The Trump administration labeled them enemy aliens. These were not random deportations. The administration cited serious crimes: kidnapping, sexual abuse of a child, aggravated assault, prostitution, robbery, even assault of a police officer. These individuals, they argued, posed a threat to national security. El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, accepted the deportees. Footage was released. It showed them being processed upon arrival. The message was clear. El Salvador would cooperate with the Trump administration. They would take back their citizens, and they would deal with these criminals. The deportation sent shockwaves through the media, through the courts, through the halls of Congress. Was this a justified act, or was it an abuse of power? The debate raged on. Legal justifications and judicial pushback. A clash of powers. The Trump administration was prepared. They had their legal arguments ready. They pointed to the Alien Enemies Act, a law passed in 1798, a law that gives the president broad powers to detain and deport during wartime. They argued that America was at war, a war on MS-13, a war on drugs, a war on illegal immigration. These individuals, they claimed, were enemy combatants. They were a danger to the American people. The Alien Enemies Act, they insisted, justified their actions, but the courts pushed back. U.S. District Judge James Boasberg issued a restraining order. It was a 14-day order. It aimed to halt the deportations, but it was too late. The flights had already left. Judge Boasberg was furious. He questioned the administration's timing. He questioned their respect for the court. He questioned the very limits of executive power. This was a direct challenge. A challenge to the president's authority. Political fallout and the future of executive authority. The political fallout was immediate. Supporters applauded the deportations. They called it a victory for law and order. They praised President Trump for his decisive action. They argued that dangerous criminals were off the streets. Vice President J.D. Vance defended the administration. So did Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. They pointed to the crimes committed. They emphasized the threat to national security. They insisted that the president was acting within his authority, but critics were outraged. They denounced the deportations as inhumane. They accused the Trump administration of xenophobia. They saw it as a dangerous expansion of executive power. The impeachment efforts against Judge Boasberg were a testament to the heated climate. Representative Brandon Gill from Texas accused the judge of abusing his power. He accused him of jeopardizing national security. President Trump threw his support behind the impeachment. The battle lines were drawn. The future of executive authority, it seemed, hung in the balance.